Happy Yule, happy solstice, everybody. How you doing tonight? Or wherever you are, what time of the day it is. Probably Merry Christmas for some of you. I've been trying to do this all day, and I always got interrupted. But I suppose in a way it was a good thing. But I really enjoy doing this. I thought I would pick a card. Because I couldn't think of anything else to do, but I wanted to pick a card for everybody today. And I had such a good response when I used the WildWood Tarot before. I thought I would go with the WildWood Tarot. And so I was going to do the pick a 1, 2, 3, or 4 and see what happens. And wherever I decide, you see my cloth here. I think I got it at a good angle so you can see the whole thing. I know somebody has asked me to make some of these, and I haven't got to it yet, but hopefully I will be able to. I had to find somebody to help me do some things and I'm always bumping the table. I have to find somebody to help me do things. So things need to be cleared out of the way so that I can get to the sewing. This is the bottom line. And so someday, hopefully in a month or so, I'll be able to get started making these. I just got to have the space. And I had to find somebody to help me come in and clean the space and remove stuff that needs to be removed, basically. So I can have the room to do the sewing. So let me take a deep breath here. And since this is random, the card says anytime. So as you can see, I have the water element, the fire element, earth, and air. So what I like to do is and this is how I do, sort of how I do my regular 7-card readings, is very similar. I work with the elements. Not in this setup, though. Okay, so let's see, who wants to go first? Earth does, so we're going to go earth, water, fire, and air. I learned the elements long before I ever learned tarot. So when I started learning tarot, I realized that a lot of it was most of it's based on elements. So it really actually opened up for me that way. Okay, earth went first, so earth will be our number 1 card. And hopefully my camera will adjust for you. And the first card we have on the earth is the Blasted Oak. Now the Blasted Oak is the Tower card. It is the equivalent to the Tower in the regular tarot. I do like to look at the book sometimes, though, because even though it's based on a Rider-Waite system, it is slightly different. There are some different nuances in it. It's based on the Wheel of the Year, so that's what makes it more interesting. So what we're thinking of dramatic change, and it's on Earth. So Earth is not always disc or money. Earth can be physical realm too. You got to think of your physical surroundings, your physical being, your body. So Blasted Oak means that there's going to be change coming, and I'll look in the book and we'll see if it says anything that jumps out other than what I want to say. Because for me, with the Tower, usually the change is quick and sudden, but there's usually a good solid foundation. Basically, what it's saying here in the book, because I don't really want to read it verbatim, because I like to do this intuitively. is this change is coming, but it's a good change. It's more like things are going to be cleared out of the way. And I don't like, things are going to be cleared out of the way in a physical nature so that you can move forward. It could well be financial, but I'm really getting the sense it's on a physical level, that it's within the body. There's going to be a change that comes within your body. It's either going to be a sudden revelation about your eating habits, or it could be a sudden change with exercise, meditation, yoga, anything that helps the well-being of your body. Anything along that line. And it's going to be like a light bulb moment. It's either something's going to be turned on really strongly, it's going to happen quickly, but you're going to realize in that quickness of the moment, like, oh yes, this is what I've needed all along. So that's it for that was the number one card, Lasted Oak. So we'll go on to number 2. I'm going to leave that upright. Is on water, and we have King of Bows, which bows are the fire element, and this is the adder, the snake adder. I'm going to take a quick look and see what their reference is. So we're thinking of creative energy. When I think of snakes, I think of transitions, of changes. What did I say? King of Bows. King of Bows. This is about setting goals, setting forward goals, and creative energy. Let's see, it's on water though. See, I take into account of the placement where it is. So it's on the water element. So we have emotion, and we have fire on top of water. So here we have the snakes, which was about transformation and creative goals, getting the creative fire going. When we think of creative fire, you can also think of it in a chakra way, and like the the inner fire, the digestive fire. This is what I'm getting also. I'm getting the digestive fire, but a creative endeavor. Okay, but it's emotionally charged because it's on the water element. So I'm getting the sense that this transformation needs to take place and wants to take place, but this transformation is getting bogged down in the water element. The water element is really slippery like a snake. It's sucking this fire element into the water. It's not creating steam, not this time. It's the steam. There's no steam. It's a sinkingness. It's a sinking feeling of this transformation. That this transformation is in a mature state, and it's really ready to spring forward, but there's a shedding that needs to take place. When we think of snakes, they shed their skins. So something highly emotionally charged needs to be shed. Now, since this is just a general reading, I can't really tell you what that is, but there's some transformation. They need to let go of the emotional component so that skin could be shed, and that creative project, that creative idea that you have that you really want to get off the ground, you need to let go of something emotionally that is bogging it down so you can shed your skin, get moving, and get on with it. So that is the water element number 2. And let's see, number 3 was on air. So we have 5 of bows, which is also 5 of wands. This is bows is a fire element, and this time this is over air. So the key word here is empowerment. You gotta love Will Worthing's artwork. I tell you, he really goes to the point, because I was just gonna say I had to laugh at the chalk figure, people. I can't help it. But I was going to say, things are starting to rise up. In this case, in card number 3, the creative endeavor, there's a creative element here also. And it's rising. It is starting to rise. It's starting to gain momentum. You're on the right track. It's to keep moving, to keep going in the direction that you're going, because that creative endeavor, that idea, you're ready to let it go so that it can fly through the air for you, right? You really want to get that to fly through the air. You know, you have already faced what you needed to face. It's time to move on. There's no need to look back. The energy is there. It's rising. Keep doing what you're doing with this creative endeavor. It could actually even be a romantic relationship. It could be a sexual relationship that you're in, and it's starting to it's coming to fruition. If you're, I have to say this, if you're seeking having a child, it should be happening about now. The foundation is there. The fiery foundation from the root chakra and the sacral chakra, it's all in gear, and the time is now. It's a good time to sow those seeds. That's all I'm going to say about that one. So that was number 3. Oh, jeez. I need to do a video and things fall apart. Now we come to number 4, which is on the fire element. And we have 3 of bows. And we have a lot of fire today. So, 3 of bows. The key word is fulfillment. So, I'm going to take a quick look in the book, just to give me an idea of what their meanings are before we go on with the reading. Okay, yep, I know. Give me a moment here. So here we have an archer, so he's getting ready to, let me look here, I can't really see it from that direction. It looks like he's already sent the bow off, and he's already gone for the direction. And it's interesting, we have a snake theme again. We have the caduceus, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, on his cloak. You have the snakes rising. So again, I see a lot of rising energy. There's a lot of energy behind what you need answered to your question. Whatever is coming out. Give me a moment here. Because I'm doing this off the cuff without being without looking at the cards. This is a live reading. He has sent the arrow off, and the creative juices are flowing. So if you've already started a project, if you already have started a romantic relationship, then it has really brought you lots of energy, lots of joy, lots of creative influence. I really just see all this, and at times you're feeling like you're consumed. This energy is consuming energy, so it feels like, even though it's really, if you don't move forward with what you need to do right now, that's the message, then the fire will be too consuming. The project will burn up. The relationship will be burn up. You got to have forward movement with this, and that's the message that I'm getting with this card, and I'm starting to lose my voice. So we will end on that note, and I hope you enjoy. 1, 2, 3, pick a card, and happy holidays, everybody. Have a blessed holiday.